Welcome back to the Project Management Quick Start Guide. We have just completed a draft of the status report for our status meeting on 7/11 as the status report stated. So I will mark that as complete. During the meeting we are going to take minutes. So now I will show you a template of the minutes that we will take during the meeting. For a link to the template of the meeting minutes, you can download this file at this link right here and click you could click this link and it'll open the file directly, or you can download the meeting minutes template directly at this link. Both of these links are on the description of the video on the website. When I click this link, it'll open. This is the template for the file. I'm going to zoom in so that you can see what is going on for the file with the meeting minutes. In this template you can insert the logo of your business in the heading if you would like. Sometimes it makes it look more professional. The meeting title, this meeting is the weekly status team meeting for Project T100. For those of you that are just joining us, Project T100 is the name of our fictional project. We are opening the 100th restaurant for a taqueria chain in Houston, Texas. So the scribe is myself. Of course, you would put first and last names if you, to be more specific. The attendees, myself, your first and last name. You put the first and last name of, we had mentioned the human resources manager in the previous meetings, that as we had mentioned in the previous documents, the construction manager or engineer, and it goes on. The people that should be included here are the leads of each work stream and the project management team. So those are the people that should be included in this weekly meeting if you have the weekly meeting. The date is 7/11. That's the date that was listed. The timeline is 1 p.m. So I'm just making this up. Location, let's say Houston, Texas. As we mentioned, you could put the address of where you're holding the location and the room. I have the action items at the top, although action items don't come out till after the meeting. After you're done with the meeting, they're the things that people have to do to follow up. I put them at the top because when I distribute these meeting minutes, or when you distribute them, usually people want to know, okay, that's nice, you sent me the meeting minutes and it's a record of what happened, but what do I have to do? So I usually put that right at the top so people can see that. So moving down to the meeting minutes during the meeting, let's say you have each category would follow the outline of the meeting. So let's say the first category was let's say recent accomplishments, and we discussed the hiring process for the kitchen staff. Let's say that's something that we discussed, so you can list out all your recent accomplishments. Discussed development of the marketing plan, and you just keep going as you go forward. Let's say the next issues and risks is another section, and if you recall from the issues and risks, one of them was extending the hiring timeline. So let's say during the meeting, this is the time that you would discuss the extension extension of the hiring timeline, and let's say everyone, agreed timeline does not affect other groups. And if all the team leads are there, that's you can do that during that meeting. Issue and risk, issue of or risk of schedule being affected by hiring timeline change. Key decision that was made. All workstream leads agreed timeline change for hiring was acceptable. So that's an example of how you would, capture all that information. Let's say some of the additional items they wanted to discuss. It could be parking lot items. Parking lot meaning items you don't have time to talk about in that meeting, but they need to be discussed. Let's say the marketing team wanted to review the marketing plan for the grand opening. So that's an example, for next meeting. So this is an example of how you would go about filling this out as you continue to go forward. When you're done with filling everything out, capturing all the meeting minutes, and at the top you think about, okay, what actions have to be completed. One of the actions, probably if the owners of the chain aren't there, maybe following up with someone in senior management, follow up with, let's just say, it is the owners, Maria and Roberto, as was mentioned in the project charter, that hiring timeline is going to change. The person that should probably do that is the project manager, and then let's say there's a call set up with the project manager the day after the status report, and that's when the due date is. So that's an example of how you would use the meeting minutes template. It may seem tedious, but it is a good historical reference of what occurred. The larger the team, the more meetings that are going to take place, and you can go back and reference the meeting minutes as you see fit to keep track of what happened.